What's going on, family? Welcome back inside the Champions Lounge with yours truly, Mr. All About My Biz. And I'm still out here handling my biz so I can take care of my future kids. All about leaving that legacy and building those bricks one brick at a time each and every day, man. Listen, I'm thankful that you guys decided to ride this thing out with me one more time, man. Listen, I need you guys' continued support of the Champions Lounge by going to Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. The YouTube channel is The Champions Lounge. And also follow us on IG at _champions_lounge. Real simple, real easy as well. Listen, we have exclusive content each and every week where we're going to give you that barbershop talk. But we're going to make sure you leave where the champions walk, where you're fearless, focused, and ferocious in all your ambitions as you continue to strive to be that champion in this thing called life. Listen, y'all, before we get going into moving the chains, we can't go forward until we find a way to give homage and honor to our past. And without further ado, let's get right into the trivia question of the day. And with the music in the background, here's the trivia question of the day, family. All right, what NFL quarterback? Who was the only quarterback in NFL history to kick a 91-yard punt? Pardon me. Who was the only quarterback in NFL history to kick a 91-yard punt? Let you guys sit, ponder, and marinate on that for a second. And we'll go ahead and give you the trivia question of the day answer before we get right into Stop Playing. All right? Listen, with all that being said, let's get right into the gridiron. Behind the line, in between the tackles, in the trenches, let's get right to it, all right? Let's get right into Move the Chains. All right, y'all. So listen, let's get things going first and foremost. Jonathan Taylor has entered the group chat for MVP. Yo, what a phenomenal performance by the running back for the Indianapolis Colts. Yo, I mean, my man been putting up some nice numbers throughout the season. But yo, putting everything all together against the Buffalo Bills, he pretty much stampeded the entire Buffalo Bills defensive line, obliterated them the entire game. Yo, a lot of credit to the offensive line of the Indianapolis Colts as well. They are probably the best offensive line in the NFL right now. You know, when you can have a running back like Jonathan Taylor completely dominate the Buffalo Bills, who are a primarily supreme defensive unit, and find a way to run for 4 touchdowns, rush for 4 touchdowns, score another one through a reception, 32 rushes, 186 on the ground. Yo, my man has found himself, now that Derrick Henry is out the picture in Tennessee, like, hey, I am right now the best running back in the NFL, hands down. And the Colts, they found a way with Coach Frank Wright to not put so much pressure on Carson Wentz. They understand that, yo, we have to be a more well-balanced team. And in order for us to win, we got to run the rock and make sure Carson Wentz only throws the ball about 15 to 20 times a game. And that's the recipe for success for our team. Now at 6-5, this particular team, Indianapolis Colts, they were at 1-4 at one point in time, and they rattled off 5 of the last 6. And now they find themselves in position to make a serious case for a playoff berth. You know, wasn't looking at that a while ago. This defense, a bit shaky here and there, but they found a way to ride the ship, and thanks in part to the play of Jonathan Taylor. Yo, Tennessee, coming off the loss to a Houston Texans? What? How do you lose to the Texans? I'm just trying to understand that. How do you lose to the Houston Texans? I'm appalled. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. But Indianapolis, they have a strong case to possibly still win the AFC South. They have a big time matchup on Sunday against the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we're going to have to see if they're ready for prime time. They're really ready for the show. They're at home. They take on the Bucs. We'll see if they can put on another dominating performance and see if Indianapolis is really for real. But, my thing is this. Is Jonathan Taylor in the top 3? I'll put him in the top 3. I don't want to give him the top spot because, don't want to be a fan of the moment. All right. But is he in the top 3 conversation for MVP right now? What say you? Leave your comments in the show notes, and I'll be sure to get to that particular question going into next week's show. All right. Talking about some contenders right now. Me and my homies in KC. The Kansas City Chiefs, they finally rediscovered who they actually are. And coming off a really dominating performance against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday at home, Chris Jones had a field day against the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys. He pretty much put the whole NFL on notice, like, I'm worth this money that I was paid this offseason. And you know what? A lot of it going into this game was like, different people for KC had to step up and play up to the caliber of what their salary was. Chris Jones answered the bell. He definitely answered the bell. KC is definitely grateful for that. They had Dak Prescott and the offense of the Dallas Cowboys in disarray for a lot of the game. When you can hold the Dallas Cowboys offense to 9 points for an entire game, one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL, when you can do your job and make sure, we're going to hold them in check. We're only going to make sure Dak is not as effective as he was. He's in the MVP conversation as well. But, our defense is going to lock things up tight and make sure he has an off night. We're not talking about Davion Mitchell, even though that's probably one of the best nicknames in the NBA. But, Dallas had another off night. And a lot of that had to do with the defense. What? The defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, early on in the season, we didn't know what in the world was going on with KC's defense. I mean, they were letting go of big play after big play after big play after big play. But, after the last couple of weeks, this defense has found a way to make the necessary stops, make the necessary adjustments and changes. And a lot of that has to do with the defensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, Steve Spagnuolo, has found a way to make the necessary adjustments to put his team in the right position to succeed on the defensive side of the ball. KC now possibly has a chance to win the AFC West. I don't want them to win the AFC West because my Chargers are still in the AFC West. That's just me. I'm a little biased, a little homer. But at the same time, KC might have really found their identity again. And that's scary for the NFL when you got a KC and a New England finding their footing at the right time. We're crossing through the halfway point of the NFL season. And KC, they're scary again. It's scary hours again for anyone that plays the Kansas City Chiefs. And my homies, they got their groove back. NFL, we're back on notice in KC. Does KC have enough to be the top team in the AFC? What say you? Leave your comments in the show notes, and I'll be sure to get back to you in regards to that on next week's show as well. We're going to moving the chains off with the part of the show where we got 6 games I got my eyes on going into week 12. Cue the music. you got that fever, I got that NFL fever, all right? The 6 games I got my eyes on going into week 12. Let's get it. All right, 5-1 last week, man. And if it wasn't for a few things not going the right way in Carolina, I would have went 6-0. And I would have loved to go 6-0, especially after going 0-6 a couple of weeks ago. Let's get right into it, though. Let's go week 12 NFL pick 6. All right, pick 6, week number 12. We got Tennessee, New England. We got the Rams taking on Green Bay. Cleveland taking on Baltimore, Buffalo, and New Orleans. Tampa Bay and Indy, and Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Got a lot of AFC love on this particular pick 6, but I'm going to go with New England. I'm going to go Green Bay over the Rams in the Odell Beckham special, if you will. Cleveland and Baltimore. I got Baltimore taking down Cleveland. Buffalo getting their act together and finding a way to win on the road in New Orleans. I got Indy over Tampa in the upset special of the week again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then I got Cincy over Pittsburgh and the AFC North. And that, my friends, is the NFL Pick 6 for week number 12. The 6 games I got my eyes on going into week number 12. All right, y'all, take a quick time out. When we come back, we got my favorite part of the show. And stop playing. Listen, I need you guys to stop playing. Don't take a long recess. Y'all make sure y'all eat y'all snack, you drink your juice, drink your water, and make sure y'all come on back and sit and chill with your brother on the other side. This is the Champions Lounge. What's going on, family? Welcome back inside the Champions Lounge with yours truly, Mr. All About My Biz. Still out here handling my biz so I can take care of my future kids, man. I'm just so thankful for the opportunity to be able to touch and grace the mic again. Listen, happy Thanksgiving in advance to all of you and your family. I understand that for some of us it's going to be a rough Thanksgiving and a rough holidays, but my prayers and my condolences are to those families that are still dealing with some loss and some grief. And I pray and I hope that as this holiday season goes forward, there's some peace and some love and some joy that exudes out of you to be able to display that same love and thankfulness to the ones that are still here even now. All right. Listen, y'all continued support of the Champions Lounge is what keeps me going and keeps things going in regards to the Champions Lounge. I appreciate each and every one of you. Continue to support the Champions Lounge by going to Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. The YouTube channel is the Champions Lounge. Y'all know the deal. Go to IG, _champions_lounge, where you will find exclusive content each and every solitary week without fail, where we're gonna make sure we give you that barbershop talk and make sure you leave with that champion's walk, where you're fearless, focused, and ferocious to reach, achieve, and overachieve the ambitions and dreams that you desire in your life, to champion this thing called life as well. Listen, the trivia question of the day answer is Randall Cunningham. Back in 1989, my man was electric for the Philadelphia Eagles. He played quarterback and punter for UNLV, and he punted and was the only quarterback to punt a ball 91 yards, which is still an NFL record to this day from the quarterback position. All right. Big ups, big shout out to Randall Cunningham. Yo, the Michael Vick before there was a Michael Vick. All right. Randall Cunningham, that dude was like that. Like that. All right.